Just let them go. Think of this, because it is key to the New World Order to bring in this voting bloc to vote to take your guns and your private property. They've got to bring in groups that aren't American so they can divide the nation. Foreigners before had to come into Ellis Island, whether you were from China or whether you were from Ireland. And you had to show that you had allegiance to this country and that you were disease-free. And then you came into the nation, and people were thankful and wanted to learn the culture. But that we have a criminal government that wants to use these people as a weapon against this country, because our government is a corporate system that wants to absorb Canada and Mexico into this North American Union on record. And that's what we have to be made aware of. This is really happening. And the public is awake. And the feds are coming in to block this, but it's not going to work. Mexico is going to implode even faster. The states are going to go bankrupt even faster. The feds are going to try to come in with federalization. The illegals, just like they did in the early 90s in L.A., are going to riot again. And it is not going to work. But the hatred that New York and D.C. and the elites in L.A. have of this country is so deep, and they want to break the back of the middle class and rob them blind so badly. It's not enough the banks have stolen $28 trillion, that they want it all, and they want it now. So Arizona governor dismisses threat of economic boycott. Says the governor's dismissing the threat of economic boycott over the new state immigration law she signed last week. Appearing Monday at Arizona Town Hall in Tucson, Brewer said she doesn't believe law is going to have that kind of economic impact that some people think it might. Representative Raul Gravilva, a Tucson Democrat, has called for a boycott of convention businesses for the state, and other calls have come for a boycott of Arizona goods, services, and tourism because of the nationally controversial immigration law. Well, I mean, what about L.A.? What about California? People are boycotting the big government, the out-of-control taxes, the crime, by just leaving. And that's why the feds want to have this nationwide, so there's nowhere to run. Okay? How about we boycott Mexico? Well, you know what? That's already happened. That's already happened. Everyone I know isn't taking trips down there, and I'm not ever taking a trip down to Mexico again. I'm not going to Cancun. I'm not going to any of those places. Besides, you go there now, there's troops on the street corners with machine guns everywhere, and the whole society's falling apart. People aren't going down there because they know. I mean, I was down there 2 years ago with my wife and kids, took them down there to go scuba diving. My wife speaks Spanish, folks, and she had to hear how we're scumbag Americans and how much they hate us and how they can't wait to overthrow America. And she said, I don't ever want to come down here again. I grew up in Madrid. I know what they're saying. I mean, you go up and get something to drink at the counter, and it's like, here you go, scumbag filth, we're going to get you. I spit in it, ha-ha. And I'm just supposed to sit here and go, oh, great, great. Get free power in the cities. But you're allowed to drunk drive. You're allowed to spit in my food. You're allowed to hate America and just run around and defecate all over the country and murder and kill whoever you want. And then we're supposed to just sit here and put up with it and love it and enjoy it. No, it's over. It's over. Here's another thing the media does. This is the biggest hoax they engage in here. I've seen the Gallup polls between 71 and 82%, depending on which major poll you look at, of Hispanic Americans that are American, as red, white, and blue as George Washington. And when they get asked, do you want to control the borders? They say, absolutely, no amnesty. Why? Because they're not stupid. They're Americans, and they know NAFTA and GATT and open borders has destroyed their wages. They're not stupid. They can speak Spanish, a lot of them. And they're hearing it. They're hearing it every single day. My cousin grew up in Guatemala, and he speaks fluent Spanish, and he was a bartender in college, and you ought to hear the stuff he heard there. Okay? I'm sick of it. I'm learning Spanish just so I can hear what people are saying about me behind my back. It's over, and we're here ringing the alarm bell. We've done nothing wrong. We're good Americans of every race and color and religion, and we're not going to have a narco-terrorist, imploding, black ski mask thug state that brainwashes its kids up to the 6th grade, that's the average education level, that the U.S. belongs to Mexico, and that they're going to come up here and kill gringo. It's over. I know about it. The people know about it. It's over. It's over. Okay, we found out before the globalists could bring America down completely. We've got a fighting chance to stop this. And Hispanic Americans who love this country need to come out and speak out against this, because that's the big illusion. That's the big deception. That's the big brainwashing. That's the mind control, is that they sit there and say, oh my gosh, lawmakers are afraid Hispanics are going to get angry. That's a self-fulfilling process. That's mind control. They're telling Hispanics you should be insulted by this. They're telling Hispanics you should be upset if you're an American that people people are saying we can't have wide open borders and 30 million illegal aliens running all over the country. The feds say 11 to 15 million. Just like when you say, I'm an American, I don't want the government running 1/6 of my economy via healthcare, and they say you're a racist. They invoke that to make you sit down and shut up. They're the racist. We've got a stinking, wicked, evil, corrupt, illegitimate government that killed over 1 million Iraqis in the last 7 years, and over 1 million before that with the sanctions. The real racists that want to kill brown people are running our government. It just so happens to be Arabs and Muslims and Persians. Planned Parenthood, set up by Margaret Sanger and the Rockefellers, called black subhuman weeds. 51 to 52, depending on the year, percentages of black people are never born in this nation. More than half the black people that were conceived were never born. That's racism in the fake poverty pimp cloak that the establishment social engineers use. I'm here speaking out against the abortuary mills in the Hispanic areas of town murdering your children, okay? So I'm here telling you straight up, you've been brainwashed, you've been taught that it's okay to be racist, it feels good to all humans at a primitive level. You've been told it's this little secret and we're going to set it all up and the government's behind you and ha, and Obama's out telling the illegals to vote. All of this is going on, but we're here pulling the rug out from under them. We're here pulling the curtain back so people can see what's going on, so people can understand the truth of what's happening, the truth of what's developing. I mean, there was a riot. There have been actually several. And, imagine how they demonize Americans. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, doesn't matter when you go out and protest. But then when the illegal aliens rioted and attacked police, the police were told to use restraint and to shut up and go along with it. And the media said that some Tea Party provoked it with no evidence. And the guy looked like a provocateur from hell. We know they've been caught provocateuring over and over and over again. Here it is. Hundreds protest immigration law in Arizona. Hundreds of people gathered outside Arizona's Capitol building on Sunday in a largely peaceful protest, largely peaceful, against the state's tough new immigration law. Tough to enforce the law? I'm a big milk cow American citizen. The government looks at me like a mosquito, looks at something it wants to suck off of. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of the selective enforcement. I've had enough of it. I'm done with it. I'm not putting up with it anymore. I'm tired of the discrimination. And I'm tired of racist groups, whether it's the Ku Klux Klan or Mecha or La Raza, running around spewing their racism. But here's the deal. There's not 30 million toothless Klan members in this country. There's probably not even 500,000 of them. And they get exposed by the media. But Mecha and La Raza don't. That's the big, dirty secret. That's the big, dirty secret that the mainstream media hopes that the American people don't find out. They hope you don't find out in many major U.S. cities, more than half the people in the lockup are illegal aliens that have committed violent crimes after they were released for other crimes over and over and over and over and over and over again. I mean, who was the railway serial killer? How many people did he kill and rob and rape before he finally got caught? How many times had he been released from jail? How many times had he been turned loose on the population? So again, we have a riot. Illegal aliens riot in Arizona. Media almost completely silent on it because the dominant media works for Goldman Sachs and J.P. Morgan Chase, the main private shareholders in the Federal Reserve that have stolen $28 trillion in the last year and a half, and you ain't seen nothing yet. And they're going to use foreign armies of populations they brought in as a political weapon to stop us from saving America. They're bringing us down just like other countries.
Let's talk tough. Let's talk comfort. Let's talk about down-home value, made in the USA blue jeans, like you wore as a kid. Remember?
There's a place down in Tennessee where they make blue diamond gusset jeans. They so pride in every stitch, guarantee you love the way they fit. They put a diamond gusset in the crotch where you need it most. Blue diamond gussets got it, others don't.
For good old-fashioned comfort, get Diamond Gusset jeans. Every stitch guaranteed. And our Defender motorcycle jean comes Kevlar reinforced. See them at GUSSET.com. That's gusset.com. Or call 888-848-7738. That's 888-848-7738. Diamond Gusset jeans got it. Others don't.
Hi, this is Alex Jones. Did you know that the global elite are now storing non-hybrid seeds in secret storage vaults near the Arctic Circle? Did you know that in a real meltdown, non-hybrid seeds can become more valuable than silver or gold? It's true, seeds have outperformed even gold and silver before in this country, and it's possible that could even happen again. So our friends at Solutions from Science have put together the perfect mix of non-hybrid seeds. They call it a survival seed bank, and it can produce an endless supply of nutrient-dense food for you and your family. And here's the best part. These seeds have not been genetically modified in any way, and you actually get enough seeds to plant a full acre crop.